So I'm actually going to read the intention when we're in our first shape, because we have, you know, this nice 30 minutes. And so we'll just kind of get right to it. For our first shape, we're going to either come into Malasana, so feet wide, knees, or the elbows kind of pressing into the knees. And you probably will feel that on your inner thigh, but also think about the low back. So imagine those hips are heavy, and maybe you feel this along the spine. So this is an option one, or the next one, either or, Malasana, or this come into your hanging forward fold, okay? So this forward fold is also low back. It's a little bit behind the legs. So whether you want to do a standing forward fold or your Malasana, we're going to be here for about 3 minutes, okay? So allow yourself to really settle in. I know we've all done yin before. Remember, this is a practice of surrender. It's this inward journey. So we're going to allow it to be just that today. Our yin practice is such a beautiful way to bring balance. And in fact, that's that collective intention for the week. And here are some words from an amazing facilitator of healing named Lena out in Santa Fe. We have a full moon tomorrow, and this yin energy is moon energy. Lena says that this full moon is known as the snow moon. It's about balance between being and doing, between the masculine and the feminine, between being serious and disciplined and light and joyful. And you know, you guys keep in mind that as we read these opposites, it's not shaming one and, you know, making the other one enchanting. It's just, these are just differences, right? One isn't better than the other. It's not shaming or making us feel guilty for either one. The snow moon is a good time to soften your focus and to allow more gifts to come into your field and to align yourself with your purpose and value in life. It is a creative and intuitive time where your prayers should be about what you wish to magnetize into your life. Optimism, gratitude, community, and support are all themes around this full moon. Give yourself some time to do some self-care and to keep opening your heart to the love and support that is already there for you. Om Shanti. Allow yourself to just be here. Maybe even closing the eyes to bring that gaze further inward physically, and then see it happen and follow the energetic level. Bringing ourselves to balance, giving ourselves this time. Now slowly, if you're in your standing forward fold, just make your way to your back. If you're in your garden pose, just kind of bring the hands back, or however you want to come into your rebound, our Shavasana, in between our shapes on the floor. Letting the legs be long, letting yourself rest on the floor. And maybe you notice right away that flow of chi, that energy that's free from where we just compressed it or created tension. Maybe reminding yourself that there's nowhere you need to go, that you're exactly where you should be right now. Right here in this rebound. It's as though in our yin yoga, these shapes that we're in, they create this little snow globe effect when we come out of them, as if you had shaken up a snow globe and that glitter or that snow is just floating and drifting. And it slowly, as we drop into the back of the body, that energy just settles exactly where it's supposed to be, and it goes where it's supposed to go for optimal functioning and healing of your own body. Give yourself 2 more breaths here. And then on your 3rd inhale, your next exhale, maybe just chant the mantra Om out loud. And feel that vibration of Om in your physical body, every cell resonating with Om. Now slowly make your way onto the front of the body. We're going to counter our standing fold or a Malasana with a little back bend. So we just kind of lengthen that spine. So now we're going to bend into the back. So there's a couple options, guys. So you can either bring those elbows kind of under the shoulders, press the hips into the floor, and come into what you might know as a sphinx. If you want, you can plant the hands on your mat or just on the outside edges of your mat and walk out the arms, coming into seal pose. And you'll notice that maybe seal is a little more upright. It's a little bit deeper back bend, but you can walk the hands further away from the hips. So find your depth of back bend, and then we'll drop into our back bend. And if you're really not feeling a back bend today, if that's a little too much, then just go ahead and come into this heart melting. And that's going to be another kind of back lengthener versus a compressor of the back. And once you find that shape that suits you today, again, bring that gaze inward. This is this inward practice. We have the melodies of the piazza around us here. It's 6:15, so we have the bells, and I'm actually going to open the doors so you guys can hear them, but keep that gaze inward, but maybe just focus on the sound just for a few moments, since we can hear it. And sometimes outside sounds or smells or movements can be a distraction, but let's allow that to be a reminder of why we do our practice. It's not just to benefit ourselves, but to benefit those around us. Because we are all part of this world. We are all in this together. We're all on our own journeys, not alone. We all have each other. So as we go inward, just knowing that we not only do it for ourselves, but to augment that connection to the greater whole. And feel that connection to the greater whole right now. All right, you guys, just gently and with ease, lower down onto the belly, letting the arms become kind of long and roll your way onto your back. And I know that our natural desire is to hug the knees into the chest, but let's just let the legs be long. Allowing this rebound to kind of take away that discomfort and tension that we might have in that low back. Allowing that discomfort to be there. Lately, I've really been kind of dropping into our yoga practice in real life. You know, how many times do we have tension or discomfort in real life off the mat, right? And this practice of yoga that we have is such a beautiful reminder of the resilience that we create in our yoga practice. We're creating resilience here. I mean, if it's painful, yes, hug the knees in, but if it's just a small, it will go away. That rebound, that's what it's for. You might even notice a different sensation when you don't bring those knees to the chest and you do allow that rebound to move. Just breathe in and exhale. One more breath. And now we'll slowly roll over to one side so we can press ourselves up. Come to seated. I'm going to give you guys some options for this next one, okay? There's always options, but here we have a couple that's going to target kind of the same area. Let's bring our right foot out, leg out. Bring the left foot into the thigh. And then we'll just turn the chest towards that right leg, and we're not flexing the feet. In the end, we just let the foot be floppy, and we can just kind of ragdoll fold over the right leg. So the option is either the left foot is bent in towards the thigh, or if you want, you can bend that foot behind you, kind of like this saddle, and have the left foot and that knee bent behind you. So my foot's kind of towards my right or my left glute, and the right leg is out. So it's just kind of a difference a little bit on that leg with the right leg out. So we're just going to cascade over this right leg. So you might feel it behind the right leg. You might feel it in the low back. And just know that wherever you feel it is okay. If you don't feel it behind that right leg or in the back, then just raise your hand if you don't feel it in either place, and I'll give you a different shape. But if you feel it in one of those places, just stay there. Melt into this. Quite a bit of low back love tonight. You know, often if there's kind of residual discomfort in one area, it's usually not that area that needs attention, it's the surrounding areas. So that low back, it's often the hamstrings that are tight, or the psoas, the hip flexors that are tight. Just kind of honoring the spaces around the hips, around the knee, around these kind of bigger joints. Maybe on your exhale, inviting in that energy of allowance, allowing more gifts to come into our field, and allowing ourselves in alignment with our purpose. Allow that to be the energy in this shape. Feeling the love of your community around you right now. Allowing gifts to come. Allowing yourself to align with your purpose. You might notice in your yin practice that sometimes you suspend the breath and you're not even aware of it, and that's okay. Just let it go. And let the exhale be as long as it needs to. Maybe it's a sharp exhale or a long exhale. Maybe you suspend the breath at the end of the exhale too. Now let's gently lift the head of the chest. And let's just swing that left leg out from wherever it was. Bring that right foot in and come right into this shape on the other side. Shifting the heart towards the foot and then cascading over that left leg. And that right foot can be turned in or it can be behind you. And you know, our yin practice is a cooling practice. So maybe about this time is when you notice maybe you need to put the socks on or grab a blanket and drape it across your back. Put a scarf on. Whatever you need. And then we'll begin this inward journey on the opposite side. This reminder of balance, of being serious and disciplined and light and joyful. And imagining a time when you felt disciplined and serious, or you felt light and joyful. Whatever you feel is like you need to bring into your day today, go back to that feeling. And just imagine you're able to bottle it up and then take a drink and let it be in your being. Allow yourself to be filled with the essence of balance today. Really nice job in that. Sometimes a challenging part of yin yoga isn't the physical shape, but it's the effort of being still, not multitasking while you're in a shape. And sometimes our yin practice is one of, oh, I'm going to sit in a yin shape and do this or do that. At the heart of our yin practice, that challenge is often the stillness, it's the quietness. It's an intimacy with yourself. Really good, you guys. As you're ready, come into that rebound. Gently coming out of these shapes, coming into this final rebound of Shavasana. So maybe you find that blanket or bolster, anything you need. Maybe noticing if the body feels heavy or light or somewhere in between. Noticing if the temperature is warm or cool or somewhere in between. And allowing yourself to just be. Imagine this chi had a message for you. What's your physical body have to say? Maybe your causal body. And on an exhale, perhaps feeling that connection to others in this class right now, that connection to the greater whole. You're welcome to remain in Shavasana for the next couple minutes if you'd like. Come to seated and we'll do a few rounds of our Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. And after those few rounds, we'll just sit in stillness. We'll start with a 6-6 ratio if you practice with one that's shorter or one that's longer, maybe a 6-12 or a 4-8 or 10-10, whatever you practice with, please feel free to do so, but I'll guide us with the 6-6. So we'll bring our left hand into our Yama Mudra, thumb and index together, and then our right hand into Vishnu, or the index and middle on that third eye, the thumb and ring on the nose. So the right hand is on the nose, yep. The ring and the thumb on the nose, the left hand in the lap. We'll breathe in through both nostrils together to start. Exhale through both nostrils. And then close the right, inhale on the left for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Then relax your right hand into the lap and we'll just sit for a few moments together. Let's close together with our own shanthi. Breathing in and out. Inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.